Hey guys, what's up? This is Gom. Welcome to another update video. Today is June 2nd, at least in terms of me recording this, and we have a good bit to talk about today because it has been yet another month since my last update video, and basically since the last time I posted a video in general, and that is, because I am still in the middle of my move. For the people who haven't watched my last few update videos or might have missed them, I have been in the middle of a move with my mom since the end of March, so I've been in hotel rooms rather than say a dedicated room office setup with a good internet connection. And the biggest part is that I just haven't really had time alone where I'm out my desktop with my microphone set up and everything. This is literally the first time in 30 plus days that I'm alone in the hotel room with my desktop set up with the microphone. All the times I've been alone over the last 30 days, I've usually not had say my desktop at all, because there was a half a week to a week where I didn't have my desktop, or say just I was asleep when I was alone or something. It's just been so weird. And that's why we haven't been posting any of the latest stuff. I just haven't been able to record, and because of that, I also just kind of mentally checked out for a lot of May. I just said kind of screw it until I can record again. I'm not even going to bother doing editing stuff. I'm just going to kind of take it a little bit on the easy side, and I spent a lot of time playing catch up on some games. I'm still saving a lot of the big stuff, but I was playing a lot of say survival games, or I played Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, or Satisfactory, which should be in the background right now. I love Satisfactory. Put 100 plus hours into that. It's more 200, but a lot of that was AFK time, so I don't count some of that. But yeah, in terms of the move, right now the situation is that I am currently in California in a hotel room still. We're not moving to California. I'm actually going to be, we have a little bit more confirmation on things, because in my last update video I said that my mom's gonna try and fly out and do a job interview, and that job interview was in Vermont, and they turned her down. So that was kind of the last attempt there to get for her to try to get a job and have us move somewhere in America. So I'm going to be flying to the Philippines, and I will be doing that alone at first because my mom is, she her passport got packed up at the beginning of the move, and everything that she owned was packed into 2 storage units. So that shit's lost. They tried to get through all the boxes, couldn't find it. I think it's still in there, just in some awkward spot, and you I'm just thinking about the fact that she told them it was in a black bag, and then there were 10 plus black bags. It's just I'm wondering if it was in one of those, and no one knew what the fuck they were looking for. But yeah, so because she doesn't have her passport and she has to get a new one, that's a whole process. And to save on money, she's flying me out to the Philippines so that she can just get something smaller or just stay in her car or something in the meanwhile while waiting for the passport. So that's kind of where we're at, and that means the move is still going to be lasting for another probably 2 months in terms of me doing anything for a consistent YouTube and Twitch anything. It's probably still 2 or 3 months away for me to actually be in the place we're going to be staying at more long term, because what's probably going to end up happening is I'm going to fly to the Philippines, be there for a couple of weeks to a month on my own. And while that's there, if I have my setup, I'll try and do some recording. I don't know exactly what my setup is going to be like. in terms of like if I'll have my desktop, if I'll have like my monitor. I'll at the very least, if nothing breaks, I'll at the very least have my laptop and my, the microphone I'm recording on right now. So that gives me a few options in terms of like, okay, I can do like some recordings on like maybe some older games because my laptop is 6 years old and it can barely run some of the more latest stuff. Like even just, I was playing like an indie game. At some point the game was down to like 30 FPS. I loaded up on my main PC and it's at like 120 FPS. It's my poor laptop is not the main record horse. That's for sure. But I've recorded on that laptop in the past when I was in a similar situation when I was staying in a hotel room for a few months. And that was with like a Blue Yeti, or at first it was with a headset mic, and I did that once, then didn't like that. Still, yeah. So in terms of the situation of moving overall, I'll probably be out in the Philippines on my own for 2 to 4 weeks, maybe longer. And then when she gets there, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I don't know. It's a big question mark. But unfortunately, will probably end up happening in terms of like as of the last time that she was talking about what she wanted to do there. We'll probably end up being in like an Airbnb in like a studio place while she looks for another place for us to like properly move into. And at that point, a studio Airbnb is basically a smaller, shittier hotel. And I will once again probably not be able to like record in that scenario. Although I think more than likely I'll have better internet while in an Airbnb. We'll see. But yeah, that's the situation. This move is fucking never ending. But it will. At least we have like a general location / like destination and a couple of dates. I will be flying in at the end of June. I'm not going to say like the days. I'm not going to like give that information. But yeah, at the end of the month, I will be in the Philippines. I'll post another update video then with like more specific information of what the setup is like. But in the meanwhile, I'm going to try and get back to doing some editing. I have a bunch of stuff that I have on my computer that I would like to get posted on the off chance that like I go to the Philippines and I don't have my desktop or any of the other stuff. I would like if at the very least I've posted all of the footage on it, rather than like say lose it all or something. So I'm going to be doing that. I didn't do it last month because I just mentally checked out. I don't know if I said it already, but I was just mentally checked out. Didn't want to like do anything while not being able to record. But now that, hey, this is it. I'm recording this update video. That's kind of a checkpoint. I'm going to reset. I also, I played Satisfactory, beat that. That was a lot of fun, 200 plus hours, and a few other games as well. That I've put a bunch of hours. I'm not really refreshed. This really hasn't been like a refreshing vacation. The setup is not at all what I would enjoy, but I'm getting antsy. I do want to like get back to like posting stuff. I apologize that it's not going to be the stuff that a lot of people are like asking for and just kind of like prodding me over and over again, like, oh, when are you going to post more Oblivion? When are you going to post more Zelda? And it's like, I'm in a hotel room. I can't do shit. But, for the times, hey, I have 300 plus hours of just other stuff that I never got around to. This is it. This is the moment. I think I've already probably said maybe even those exact words before, but now for realsies, I've only got like 20 to 30 days left before I'm in a different country. So I'm gonna on and off, we'll do some ending. That's going to be Pokemon Scarlet, Grounded. Although I never finished Grounded, but still, fuck it. I have like 40 plus hours of that recorded. The Sons of the Forest, 40 plus hours of that. What else do I have? A lot of indie games. A lot of indie games that I went through. completely that I want to get around to posting. So there will be content. I might not post like, 3 to 4 videos a day or something. It really depends on how much I get edited and how fast my upload speed is going to be. My current hotel Wi-Fi is somehow even worse than the one that I had in Montana. That one wasn't that great. But we'll see what uploading is like. I'm sure that at the very least I can get like 1 or 2 videos a day uploaded. And if we're more fortunate, maybe more like 3 to 4. And then at that point, and when I say upload, I mean like the actual files. Like I think that's how long it's going to take to like upload those actual ones. When I was in Montana, it was taking 6 to 10 hours to upload 1 hour long 1440p video. So we'll see. In terms of me posting, it will completely depend on that. But I'll try to aim for bare minimum 1 video a day once we get the process started. So I'll probably get posting in a couple of days. Speaking of in a couple of days, we do have the Summer Games Fest and like a bunch of, this is the time, the E3 time where like a bunch of game trailers get shown off, and we'll see what's going to be coming out this year or like in the next couple of years. I probably won't be able to stream those like I normally do, which is really unfortunate. I love streaming those. So depending on things, because there'll be a couple of times where I will still have some alone time, and if things line up, I will maybe just record those while they're happening or like afterwards, because my internet here is super spotty. I can barely watch a YouTube video sometimes without it just cutting out. But I might record it and just post the reaction just full force on here on YouTube, because screw it. It'd be something to do that's a little bit more positive, get me back into like the headspace of this. And then otherwise, if I do again still have some alone time, I've got my computer set up here, and we'll be here for at least 8+ more days. And I'll see if I can get like a little bit of Oblivion recorded and maybe some other stuff, depending on things. Cause like if I get like big time alone, I might do some Doom. I keep forgetting the Dark Ages. Oh my god, I keep wanting to say like the Eternal Age, but it's not. It's the Dark Age or Dark Ages or something. I really want to play that, even if it's not like, I'm not in like an ideal setup. Like my microphone is like covering half of my vision right now. I want to play. I want to play the game. I want to play games. I want to record. But yeah, all right. I think that's a general gist of everything. Recap. Going to be going to the Philippines like I've been dreading at the end of this month. Still not in like a perfect situation, and it will probably be a while. But time is advancing, so at some point, hopefully in a few months, or hopefully less, I will be in like the place that we're gonna be staying at. Kind of like, it's a weird scenario, right? Like I'm not actually like moving to the Philippines. I'm not like becoming a Filipino citizen or anything like that. I'm basically gonna be like visiting the Philippines, but with like a dedicated place to like record. It's a weird situation, but yeah, that's the direction it's going. I am very sad that we're not going to be staying like in America. That's where I would prefer to be. I think it's a lot less complicated of a living scenario. If I, an American-born citizen, am in just America, but also the world kind of sucks at the moment. Shit's super expensive. And getting up to that point, it's one of those really annoying things where you kind of have to have money to make money, or be born into money to make money. And not really with either of those things at the moment. I can't really do a isekai reincarnation or anything, so just gotta accept what we got right now. But hey, whatever. I'm still alive. And I've got, I guess, a lot more hours in playing some survival games. I've had my brain hurt setting up factories and stuff. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. I can't make any guarantees if I'll get absolutely everything that I have backlog recorded. Or sorry, I can't make any promises that I'll get everything that I have on my hard drives edited and uploaded onto YouTube. But I'm gonna try, and hopefully by the time that I run out of posting those, you know, I will be in that situation. I can do things a little bit more consistently. But that's going to be something future GOM addresses. For now, we're going to wrap up this video here. Apologies again for this just weird situation. Hopefully y'all are doing okay as we head into the summer here. A happy Pride Month for everybody who enjoys that. I'm in a weird part of my life, so I've just kind of barely acknowledge it. But in the future, hopefully I can fully embrace everything and we can just be all time happy. But for now, again, thank you for watching this update video. We'll see what ends up happening. Have a good one, everyone.